This is a garden update for July 2021. Pan around. My home and our pole barn. This is the last section of garden that I will be reworking. I just threw some wildflowers in to get a spy for this year, because I've been working on the back vegetable garden, and this section from here all the way down to the back side of the house. So each one of these sections have been reworked. All the weeds, the majority of the weeds have been pulled, and we've added a few new things. Just yesterday I dug up some of the cone flowers from the lower lakeside garden and incorporated them into this section, where from the Morning Glory teepee down through the back side I removed all of the daylilies and moved them to the very back section of garden. This is my pride and joy here, my peace lily. There were 2 blooms and the deer knocked one off, so we only have 1 bloom this year. I'm hoping next year will be better. The Judas tree. This whole area of the garden has been reworked this year. I've added things and moved things. This is our peach tree. In the back is Ollie's garden on the other side of the path, and I've been working on that the last couple days, trying to get that into shape. That is my rock bucket. I save my rocks whenever they come up. This section last week I removed all the lilies and incorporated them into the far back garden, which I cultivated and cleared. So the lilies go the expanse to the end of the garden. The hostas are enjoying their space under the tree. This is another section of lilies that I will have to move, and that's probably next on the list. This area I worked on last year after I retired, and this is the section with the 4-foot weeds that I had to pull. So amongst the flowers there were tons of weeds. I dare say more weeds than flowers, but we've turned that around. Hostas are all blooming. I need to trim those blooms, but the bees are loving them, so we're just kind of enduring them. They do look a bit messy. I cleared the potting bench. All my pots are stacked down here. We have some work to do on the fence, and we will be completing that in a matter of a couple weeks. The fountain needs to be cleaned again. Our hard water does the fountain no justice. Divided some of these hostas today and planted them back beside the potting bench. They all need to be divided again and again. My neighbor just stopped down for a visit and thoroughly enjoyed my purple gay feathers. This is the white version here. So I dug some of those up for him. I enjoy people who share my love of gardening. I enjoy sharing things with them. My butterfly bushes are doing well. The little guy down there has room to improve, but he was new last fall, so we'll give him time. These are all my daylilies that I brought in. I cultivated this area a few weeks ago, which is on another video, and I just decided to fill it with daylilies. I think that'll be a good contrast with the dark lilac bushes. My nasturtium are not doing well. They're still teeny tiny, but we're hoping we'll get moving pretty soon. We're hoping this little guy will grow too, but it is pretty. There's an example of the purple gay feather that I gave a piece to my neighbor. My bloom flowers, they spread like crazy. I'd be willing to share some of those too. My white hibiscus, I believe it does turn green. Those were new last fall, and that one seems to be doing better than the other one. Daylily is really, that has really spread. I don't even remember planting that there. I'll be moving all these lilies to the back too, because they spread like crazy. So we just want this area to fill in completely with different kinds of lilies. Been working on the path, cleaning out all the weeds. That's a 40-hour-a-week job in itself. Move on to this area, which I started working on this week. There's my lily. Isn't she beautiful? It's my morning glory teepee. It's coming along nicely. Has room for improvement. As you can see, things are really filling in. The vegetable garden, not so much. And this is the area that I'll probably tackle next year. It's far too wild and crazy for me. I threw in a bunch of wildflowers and zinnias, marigolds. It's just too wild. It needs to be tamed. This area down here on the end is very sandy. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm starting to clear that. And we'll see what happens. The forsythia bushes need to be trimmed again. We're working on making those look presentable. Okay, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed my garden tour.